Hey everyone, in this video we will discuss 10 amazing project ideas that you can try. So, let's get started. Building a project requires time. But won't it be amazing if you could make one, by just picking and placing the necessary components? Floating holographic displays, screens, and neon will be the future of displays. So, to put the first step towards that future, this project will teach you to build a solid-state volumetric display. Transparent displays on their own are already just cool, but if you stack a bunch of them together you create something even cooler. To make this three-dimensional display you will require 10 transparent OLEDs, a feather microcontroller, and a custom-designed PCB. The basic principle is that each display operates in the same way as if you were using a single OLED display with the SSD 1309 driver. The key difference is that they each are connected to the microcontroller with an individual chip select pin. The displays are connected via SPI pins, and they're also connected together. So, how would you like to use this 10x display? When someone says playing computer games makes you lazy, then show them this project. It uses a ring-fit controller system that lets you exercise and play the Final Fantasy XIV game at the same time. In order to run in the game, you have to run in real life, and doing squats will let you do some action in the game. There are currently two main modes. In minimal controller mode, you have to tilt the ring-cone forward and backward to go forward and backward. Rotate left or right like a steering wheel to move left or right. In full controller mode, you hold the ring-cone sideways so you can access the buttons and stick on the joystick with your right hand. So, will you add this game in your next workout routine? Do you want to level up your game of PCB design by working on high-level PCB projects? Or need features like remote working, advanced 3D viewing capability, and AMCAD? If yes, then you must check out Altium Designer. Altium provides functions for users with all levels of experience and requirements. And before subscribing to Altium, you can use its free trial version by clicking on the link given in the description below. The frame of this drone is built using popsicles. To create an upward lift, it uses 4 brushed DC motors and an FFXIV Evo flight controller. To create a communication, it uses a FlySky FSI6 transmitter and receiver. The main advantage of this transmitter is that you don't need any PC or laptop to set up this transmitter. It has one LCD display on it, and you can easily set up this transmitter by using the buttons given on it. It can operate up to 1500 meters, but the range of transmitters depends on magnetic interference. If the magnetic interference is more at some place, then the transmitter will have less range. And if the magnetic interference is less, then the transmitter will operate at a higher range. So, where would you like to fly this tiny drone? This is a small handheld console that uses an Attorney85 microcontroller to run your favorite games on a small OLED. It uses a connector that has a spring inside, so that you can insert the game board and then press it down. The console has a micro USB connector at the top to charge the battery, so that you don't have to replace it every now and then. The entire housing consists of 6 elements, which are printed using a plain red and a wooden PLA. The latter consists of 40% groundwood, which when printed, creates a unique fragrance. Now, the only thing left is to put all the elements together. Put the game board in the right place and close the casing, thus pressing the board to the connectors. Now you can enjoy retro-style gameplay on your hand-built mini console. This is Keybon. Keybon is an adaptive macro keyboard for your computer. Using this, you can work on multiple programs faster and save time. In each of its 9 tactile buttons, a 0.66 inches OLED screen is integrated. Depending on which app is active on the connected computer, Keybon switches to the suitable key layout. In standalone mode, Keybon acts as a simple keyboard and shows its pre-configured buttons functions. The companion software for Windows allows you to create your own keyboard layouts and assign them to any application on your PC. The companion software monitors the applications in focus and changes the layouts accordingly. In this mode, Keybon communicates over a virtual COM port. Layouts are sent to the device on demand, which in turn sends key events back to the computer. Sometimes all we need is a little encouragement to do a challenging task easier. But if you have no one around, then what will you do? In that case, you can use this encouragement machine. The entire machine is divided into 3 parts. A paper feeder mechanism that uses a stepper motor, a stamping mechanism that uses a DC motor, and a scissor mechanism that uses servo motors. The DC motor-driven stamp press messages of "you can't do it" on a piece of paper, pulled into place via a stepper. But wait, it doesn't motivate at all, right? So, to create a happy ending to this process, a servo-actuated pair of scissors cut off the letter T from can't. And thus, the message changes to "you can do it." So, what message do you want to display using this machine? This is Flexball. Flexball is a flexible PCB ball with 100 LEDs and Wi-Fi. The LEDs are controlled by an ASP828501F, which is the smallest ESP-based module by Espressif. The 100 LEDs are divided on the Flexball into 9 arms. Flexball offers a simple design, in which every component on the ball is positioned by hand and soldered using a makeshift hot plate and a reflow gun. As with any flexible circuit board, there are some rules that need to be followed, like not using traces with corners or edges, as they tend to crack when bent. The same goes for ground planes, which tend to break when flexed. The trickiest part is to solder the arms of the bottom circle to the top one. But after completing, the ball looks wonderful, right? This is a freeform circuit that uses an 8-bit switch to communicate with the microcontroller. Using this switch, you can learn to convert binary numbers to decimal and hexadecimal numbers. A potentiometer and 2 push buttons are added on the extreme ends to change the functions, while an OLED displays the information. The circuit also has a calculator by which you can perform simple calculations. The input is fed in the binary number system. You can also use this circuit as a display device which you can place at your desk to display any message. And when you want to refresh your mood, you can even play games. So, isn't it a great build? We all have smartphones that are capable of taking some cool pictures. But have you ever thought of making a digital camera on your own? The idea may seem absurd, but it will teach you how an actual image sensor works. The brain behind a project is a SAMD21G18 microcontroller running an Arduino bootloader. The image sensor circuit board consists of a matrix of 32 by 32 photocells, which gives you a total of 1000 pixels to work with. In simple words, it's a 1 kilopixel image sensor. It uses 2 different programs for the camera. One reports the values to a computer it's plugged into and then displays the image on the screen, and the other acts just like a camera, saving BMP files to the SD card. After the assembly of the camera, here's the kind of image you can expect to capture with your homebrew 1 kilopixel camera. So, if you love the projects, drop a like and tell your favorite project in the comments. Subscribe to our channel if you want more such videos. If you have some amazing projects with you, share them with us. Thanks for watching.